Happy day to all. Today we are going to see the previous year NET exam questions in higher education unit. Before we go to that, we have to see the basic concepts of higher education. Yes, let's we go. So in higher education, we have to first of all we have to know what is NAC, National Assessment and Accreditation Council. So what is the meaning and what is their core values? So NAC, why the NAC is introduces? Because what is the work, what is the aim for NAC is, these are all the points we have to remember. Contributing to national development, we have to develop our nation, so that NAC is, the aim is to contribute to national development. And fostering global competence among students. Fostering means encouraging development. So encouraging the development globally competency among students. So fostering means encouraging development. So they're developing competency among the students. Competency means that all the students are interconnecting and they are doing well, like resource sharing and InflibNet, that and all. So NAC core value is contributing to national development and fostering global competency among students and promoting the use of technology. We have to use the technology. We have to know about the current trend. We have to start using the technology. So because change is the only thing which will change. Okay. So we have to adopt the technology and we have to promote and use it. So promoting the use of technology, it is not the infrastructure, because in a question in aptitude they will ask infrastructure. So the main aim for NAC is promoting the use of technology and quest for excellence. So the basic aim for NAC is we have to bring the excellent in everything. So we have to bring the excellent. And the next one is inculcating a value system among students and teachers. So we have to inculcate. Inculcating means we have to insert something, like we have to have a habit of that, like inculcating a good discipline in a students, like that. So inculcating a value system among students and teachers. So these are all the set of NAC core values: contributing to national development, fostering global competency among students, promoting the use of technology, quest for excellence, inculcating a value system among the students and teachers. Yes. The next one is NJAC, National Judicial Appointment Commission. So what is NJAC? So there, judicial means judge or appropriate to a law or a court. So that is called as judicial. So this National Judicial Appointment Commission, the main work, the main responsible is recruitment, appointment and transfer of judges and legal specialists in India. Okay, so they are the responsible for appointing the judges and recruiting and transferring the judges in India. So the next task of NJSC was appointing judges to the higher judiciary in India. So the in a big thing, they are the responsible, such as Chief Justice of India and 2 senior most judges of the Supreme Court and law minister and 2 eminent persons. So these are all the main work of NJAC, National Judicial Appointment Commission. The duties of the judicial branch include interpreting state laws, settling legal disputes, punishing violators of the law, hearing civil cases, and protecting individual rights granted by the state constitution, determining the guilt or innocence of those accused of violating the criminal law of the state. So these are all the responsible for duties of judicial branch. So legal dispute means any discrimination, any differentiation happening, they will settle down it and they will punish the violators. Violators means those who are not obeying the law. So they will punish it. And hearing civil cases, they will hear the civil cases. Civil cases means if any government is doing any wrong thing, they will put in a court, means that is civil cases. And public cases means through public, if they are doing any wrong, then the case will be that is called as a criminal case. And civil cases in a government, if there is any violation is happening, so that is civil cases. So hearing the civil cases, punishing violators of the law, settling legal disputes, interpreting state laws. So these are all the duties of judicial branch. Protecting individual rights and to determine the guilt or innocence of those accused of violating the criminal law of the state. So these are all the responsible for NJS. So we just remember the NJS are responsible for recruitment, appointment and transfer of judges, and they are the responsible for appointing all the Chief Justice of India, two senior most judges of Supreme Court and eminent persons, and the work is to interpret the state laws and legal disputes, settling the legal disputes and punishing violators of the law, hearing civil cases, and to protect individual rights granted by the state constitution, determining the guilt or innocence of those accused of violating the criminal. So this is about the NJAs. So what is constitution? Constitution means the status of law, some law. So already we are in India, we are following some constitution. In USA they are following another constitution. Constitution is nothing but rules and regulations. So they are telling is called as a constitution. In a college we are following some set of rules and regulations. So in everywhere we are following some rules and regulations. So in the same way, in every country is following some constitution. So the status of law or some procedure or an act accordance with law, we have to follow that rules and regulation. Okay, that is called as constitution. If you are following these rules, we will get an good. The country will be good, right? We should not violate or we should not theft other things. So these are all some constitutions. So in a college also we are maintaining some rules and regulation. The students should come in a correct time so that class will be happen correctly. So in the same way, our country also have the constitution, the status of law or some procedure or an act accordance with law. Okay, so this is called constitution. So and the next one is unconstitution. Unconstitution means violation of law. Violation means when you are opposing that, when you are not doing that. Okay, so 8 o'clock the student has to come, but if he is violating that rules, that is called unconstitution. Okay, so in India we have some rules and regulation. If you are not following, violation means you are not following. Okay, so that is called unconstitution. Unconstitution means violation of law. And what is lawyer? So lawyer means those who do degree BA or BL. If they do degree, the person is called as lawyer. Okay, if any person they are doing 3 years or 5 years course, just they are doing a course, that person is called as a lawyer. The next thing is barrister. Barrister means study law degree from England. When you are studying the same BABL from an England, that is called as a barrister. That is called barrister. The next one is advocate. So what is advocate? So the lawyer, once you studied the BABL 3 years or 5 years, after that the Bar Council of India, BCI, will have an examination or you have to enroll that register. After you enroll that register, so after writing the Bar Council of India, after enroll that register, they have a license to practice in the court. So after getting the license to practice in the court, after that only you can able to appeal for some clients. So that person is called as advocate. So that person is called as advocate. So we have to know the difference between lawyer, barrister, advocate, senior advocate, advocate general and attorney general and solicitor general. Okay, so we come to know lawyer, barrister, advocate. And who is the senior advocate? So the senior advocate is designated either by High Court or Supreme Court. If any person designated either by High Court or Supreme Court, 45 years of age plus 20 years of experience, if the person has a 20 years of experience in High Court or Supreme Court, that advocates are called as a senior advocate. The next one is called as an advocate general. Advocate general is appointed by governor. So appointed by governor. It represents state government. They are representing state government. Advocate general or representates state government. He is also called first law officer of the state. He is called as a first law officer of the state. He is the legal advisor of a state. He is also called as a legal advisor of the state. Okay, advocate general, they are representing the state government. He is the first law officer of the state. He is doing a legal advisor of a state, and he is appointed by governor. That person is called as advocate general. Okay, the next point is attorney general of India, appointed by president. So the same way what we have seen in a previous, advocate general, they are represent the state government. Advocate general, they are represent the state government. The same way attorney general India, they are representing the central government, or they represent the country. They represent the country. He is the first legal officer of the country. Okay, he is also called as a central government legal advisor. So attorney general is the first legal officer of the country. He is represent the central government. He is appointed by president. So the president will appoint the attorney general of India. The next one is the Solicitor General. Solicitor General is the second law officer of the country, whereas Attorney General of India is the first legal officer of the country. The Solicitor General is the second law officer of the country, and he is also called as an after the Attorney General. After the Attorney General, the Solicitor General is the responsible. And the next one is Supreme Court of India. So Supreme Court of India, it is also called as an Bharatiya Uchchadaya Nyayalaya. So it is in Hindi. Okay, the Supreme Court. This Supreme Court is called as an highest court of India under the Constitution. Okay, highest court of India under the Constitution. It is the most senior constitutional court and has the power of judicial review. So if there is any judgment is want to review, or if the judgment is wrong, anything, the Supreme Court has the power to change the judgment of which is held by the lower courts. Okay. So for example, if there is any high court is giving a judgment which is not satisfied to you, you can appeal to the Supreme Court, right? So that statement is called here the power of judicial review. The Supreme Court has the power to review the judgment. And the next one, the president also has the power to rectify the judgment dictated by the court. The president has the power to rectify the judgment dictated by the court. And the next thing we have to remember is who is president. Actually, president is the head of the state. President is the head of the state, and prime minister is the head of India or government. So now Narendra Modi sir. So he is called as an head of India or government. Okay, that's prime minister. And chief minister is a head of the state government. Chief minister is called as an head of the state government. President is called as a head of the state. The next one, we have to remember the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha at present consists of 545 members. Of these 545 members who are elected from the various states, so these members are called as an Lok Sabha members. So these members are selected by the people from various states. So there are totally 545 members. Only of these 530 members are directly elected from the states. Okay, in 530 members they are directly selected from the state, and 13 from union territories. Okay, 13 from union territories. Union territories means some of the small states. Okay, so here the population and size of the state less population, and What is union territory means? It have a less population and less state size. Okay, so these kind of states are called as union territories. And while two are nominated by the president to represent the Anglo-Indian community, so totally it became 545 members. Okay, what are the powers of the state government? So what have the state government powers? So he can collect tax, he can build roads, and he can borrow money, and he can establish courts, make and enforce laws, charter bank and corporation, spend money for the generic welfare, take private property for public purposes with just compensation. So these are all the powers of state government. And the next thing, the president is responsible for implementing and enforcing the law written and appoints the head of federal agencies including the cabinet. The vice president is also part of the executive branch, ready to assume the president should the need arise. So whenever the need arises, the vice president is also can part of an executive branch. And the next one, the primary duty of president is to preserve, protect and defend the constitution and the law of India per article 60. So he is a responsible person to preserve and protect and to defend the constitution and the law of India per article 60. The president appoints the Chief Justice of India and other judges on the advice of Chief Justice.